Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is I, Antonio, coming again with another episode of Thus Said the Lord unto me. So such as I have, give I unto thee. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing this morning? First, I want to give all honor to God, who is faithful, to wake me up to see another day, another beautiful morning. That I may be able to be about my Father's business yet another day. So what's on the topic for the day? Well, I know it's not. We can start there. I know it's not. No, really. There's a point of transparency, and maybe that's what I don't know what he wants me to do, really. Because I ain't trying to tell y'all on my business. I can't. There's certain things that I can't tell about myself. There's certain things that I can't talk about. Not because I'm a part of some secret society or some evil cult. It's not because I'm out here wilding out at the strip clubs all night. There's some things that I can't be just transparent about. My walk with Christ and originally when I came on here, I was thinking that there is a necessity to uplift my brothers and sisters who are down here. I say down here like I live here or something. Like I feel like that sometimes. I feel like I live down here, down in the low places, in the Joseph pit places. I woke up thinking about Joseph, and I was mad because I realized, it's the frustration of knowing that it was your loved ones. It's the people that you trust. I'm little, okay. I'm little. I'm the little brother, okay. I'm y'all little brother. And I don't think about it too hard because y'all see me tear up. I'm y'all little brother. You gonna throw me in a pit, in a dark hole in the ground. You think about the pit? The pit was an abandoned cistern. See, I'm starting to, man. Come on now, thugs don't do that. Got to thug through that. But yeah, it's an abandoned pit. All right, think of Batman. Gotta bring that back. Think of Batman, all right? Batman in the original, well, I ain't gonna say in the original, but in the Michael Keaton version, all right? It shows him being thrown in the pit, and getting thrown in the well, or falling into the well, and him being down there. And the torment of him being down there was that the bats were down there, okay? And then later on, the loss of his parents and so on and so forth. But that's what built Batman. It was the pit. In prison now, real life jail, your punishment in prison is to be put in solitary confinement. It's to be separated. Is to be isolated. So when you think of Joseph, think of that. His brothers threw him down in the pit. Can you hear that? Can you smell the dankness of where the water was, and it's no longer there? That musty smell, kind of like a basement. Can you feel what could have been crawling on him? And just, see, this is how I see the scriptures. I take time to think about them in depth, to see them as they are versus seeing them in this, beautified view of it. But they left him there. But this is the irony of it. It wasn't that they were going to leave him. They was going to kill him. If it wasn't for the one brother that, which I want to say was Reuben, spoke up. He said, "Oh, no, let's not do that." To hate him so much because he had his father's favor on him. He was clothed in his father's favor. Was that his fault that his father favored him? His father favored him before he got here. Because his father favored his mother. So was it his fault that he had favor? No, it was nothing he did to be who he was. And now he's getting these dreams, telling his brothers, I'm getting these dreams and this is what it is. Anyway, I didn't mean to do all that, to go into all that. But it's the idea that this is where I was going with that. Majority of the Christians that you see today, we get pretty and we speak from the mountaintop to say we've made it, but we don't show the glory of the story. We don't show the how we got here. You know my story, but you don't know how I say, you see my glory, but you don't know my story. It's in the low places. It's in the low places that there is the point where people need the encouragement to see that we ain't all got it like that. Now, when I say that there's certain things I can't tell about myself, it means that Walmart. We're gonna use Walmart. Which for the nosy folks, I don't drive for Walmart, so don't try to don't try to figure it out. I used to. Once upon a time, I used to. But here's the thing: Walmart, Sam Walton. All right, they would say that he had such a humble spirit that, in spite of the fact that he was a multi-millionaire, he would still come in there in his Wrangler jeans and his I want to say cowboy boots, and he was really down to earth. You wouldn't know that he was Sam Walton unless he told you, or unless you recognized him. Jesus, who all this is all about, is our Jesus. Forget y'all, my Jesus. All right, my Jesus. Make it personal. It had to be Judas to kiss him, because he looked just so much like the people of the time that they couldn't identify him. He had the ability to disappear into the crowd because he looked so much like the people. With that understanding, it's in these places of humility that you can be shoulder to shoulder with somebody who do have it like that, but don't show it. It's a beautiful thing to do things before the Lord, and He know you can flex, and He give you the ability to flex. But not my will, but thine be done. It's a beautiful thing to be able to let me tell you something about praise. Praise has a smell to it. It says the praises go up as a sweet smelling savor before the Lord. All right, savor, the sweet smelling savor. It is the understanding that there's a smell that will make you. Okay, well, we use children of Israel. There's a smell that will make you want to go back to a home, in spite of the fact that you were a slave there. You'll go back because of that smell. The leeks and onions was a reminder of a smell. That was a smell of a home-cooked meal. fixed by your favorite person, sitting at the table. It's some of us know what it's like to have Thanksgiving. I'm trying not to be so sensitive, man, but some of us know what it's like to go to having Thanksgiving dinner with a table full of people, and then go to a table where the people's gone, and the only way you're gonna get to see them is when you get to sit at the table that the master has laid. You hear their laughter and you miss them. Some of us know those feelings, those emotions that come around on the holidays, and those, Lord, I don't know what you're doing. We're not doing all that now. Thugs don't do it like that. We got to thug this, thug. All right. But it's that there is a smell, and that smell will make you go all the way back to a place of oppression. Now, I use the Thanksgiving as not as a place of oppression, but a beginning place. And we're not supposed to go back to the beginning. We're supposed to keep going on to what is forward. So it's remembering a past that's already gone or already dead. But to me, it's the understanding that God smells the smell, and our praise is a smell. But do you realize that there is a seasoning that you can put on it? Make that thing fat. Yeah. It's that seasoning. It's that sprinkle of salt. That's where you get into, gonna put all this together. It's the praise that's down in the low place. It's a place where your soul is is grieving, in spite of the fact that you wear the mask of happiness before the people. Because when you're fasting, you're not supposed to. Let me explain something to those who don't know. Because I'm tired of y'all trying to come for your boy, because you see this face and you're not understanding that there is a beauty in the there is a passion in the pain. There is a praise in the pain. My praise means more when I'm able to give it in this place, versus those that sit up top and you're deck nice, pop the collar, I'm sorry, and all is well, and you can genuinely say it is well with my soul because my bills are paid, and I'm you just got to be obedient to what God's will is for your life, and you have to be a good steward of what He's giving you. And if you're a good steward, then you shouldn't have no wants, and you shouldn't have no desires. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And because you shall not want, you should be able to understand and praise God in these places and pick yourself up by your bootstrap. My dear, that is called grace. That is God's grace over your life, and it's His favor that is giving you the morning to wake up the way you are waking up. Had you been somebody else, you never know. You might have woke up to all the pipes in the bottom of your house that burst all at one time. And now you got to figure out how you're going to pay the plumber. So then you turn around and pay the plumber, and guess what? Now you got to rob Peter, pay Paul, because you can't pay that mortgage. But then you should have a savings account. You should have that. But then, of course, could be. So you gotta take the exemption for Job. That something could happen and wipe all that away. And we could sit in a high place and say, well, I praise Him anyhow. Will you? Don't get a test that you don't want to take. Don't ask for patience if you don't want the process. So, for those that are in the low places, I need to say this, and I keep going off on this tangent because it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm not some such a much or nothing. But what I am going to say is this. Those rumors, this saying and this and the other, this little rumors, little stuff I hear. I can discern, I can hear too. You know, I'm not in a place of disobedience. This is not a punishment for my wayward way. No, this is something different. This is, Lord, I see you. Once again, I'm playing with my little thing. I don't know what it is about this. This needs to be one of them little fidget things, because it's like whenever you flip it upside down, I don't know, it's the kid in me maybe. But it's just like I said, you know, Lord, I see you. You know what I'm waiting on. You know what my heart's desire. You see, we have real conversations over here in this spot. All right. His word goes back. I send his word right back. Lord, you promise. It's like the more you know, the more you have expectation for it, because he wants you to have expectation. That's hope. And without that, you can't say you have faith. So you have to have expectation. But expectation is painful. Ask the woman and said, lie not to me. Talking to the prophet Elijah, lie not to me. Don't lie to me. Okay? Who says that to a prophet? You don't say that to no prophet, especially an eagle-eyed prophet. That's a no-no. But it was the heart posture. It was what she was saying, what she was trying to say. Don't get my hopes up again. It isn't that I haven't already hoped for it. It isn't that I haven't already come before you for it. We have had this conversation. You have not because you asked not. Not me. Oh no. I have asked. I have petitioned. I have set forth what it is that I ask of you. You said if I delighted myself in you, that you would give me the desires of my heart. Lord, I have expectation. I trust you. It is in due time. It is in due season. It is that in this place he gets glory. And for those that are in the low place, give him glory. Understand you're down there because you're able to do something while you're down there. And that's praise him while you're down there. I'll tell you something else. When you get the blessing, when it finally arrives, look at the microphone, don't like me. The microphone don't like me. When it finally arrives, all the praise that you did prior to, thanking God for what you have yet to see, it's accountable that moment. Because if it's big enough, it may leave you speechless.